So today we're going to go over this NES 852-in-1 multi-cart that I picked up on eBay a little while back. You probably saw this in my August pickups video, and I said I'm going to make a video on it like I usually do, and this is that video. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a link below to a list of all the games that are on there. It's the exact same list that I put in for the pickups video, so if you already saw that, you don't need to necessarily look at this one unless you want to familiarize yourself with what's on there. I'm also going to post a couple of pictures that I took of the inside of the cart so that you can see what it looks like inside. Not a whole lot to it, but people like some of that stuff. But the real point of this video is to hook it up, plug it into a console, and actually see what's on there. And we're going to do that now. All right, so as you can see, it's my little janky setup that I've got that you've seen in the past. Just my, computer monitor and the Retro HD in the bottom left there. So we're just going to use that to test this card out because, again, as I said in the past, some of these multi-carts don't necessarily have the proper voltages in them, and I don't want to fry my original NES console. I'd rather fry the clone. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this guy into the cartridge slot and take a look. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn the console on. By the way, I'm using the Dogbone NES controller because I figured it's going to be more comfortable for me. Well, let's get going. Forever Games of NES. 1940 to 1943 I recognize. I'm not sure about this one or this one. Abadox I think is a game. Emily Adams Family is also a real game series. Lolo 1 and 3 are as well. I don't know if they all are, so select equals swap cart. Huh. Is it just swapping out the background, or is this a multi-region type cart? Huh, interesting. So you've got Forever Games of NES, and you've got similar games, but not. Like this one starts with 1942 and 1943 and ends at number 15 for Baby Boomer on this page. But when I do this, it starts with 10-Yard Fight and ends with number 16, Adventures of Rad Gravity. This is going to be an interesting thing. Let's see. I don't know what game this is, so let's find out. It's a Konami game. Oh, so it's like a skiing game? Okay. Doesn't seem to be a way to return to the game menu, so I'll have to reset. Resets to the default Contra-ish background. Now, I did say that this thing, in the pickups video, I said it's got a, I was going to check to see if it has a backup battery, but this one does have a ability to save, at least it should, so let's find out. Okay, it's the non-Japanese version of Legend of Zelda, so this might not be a regional multi-cart. It's just maybe a different games list. Maybe there's two different ROM carts in here. Maybe to get 852, they have two 426 chips in there. I'm not sure. It could be a space limitation. So, whatever. Sound is slightly off, but that's probably because of the clone cart. For a second, I thought that maybe it had the additional Famicom sound capabilities, but there's no way it does. I think I have to die to save it. It's been a long time since I played this game, so I apologize. We'll save. So there I am. Now, let's see if my save is there. It is. So that's a good sign. Let's go ahead and try a couple other games out. Actually, I want to see. Oh, yeah. So this ends in 405. And this has 447. So that's how they're getting to 852. So there's two separate ROMs in here. That's what. Okay. Let's see. Wizards and Warriors 1, 2, and 3. I think I've played 1 and 2. I don't think I've played 3. In fact, Wizards and Warriors 2 is actually Iron Sword, which you saw in a previous pickups video. It's got Fabio on the cover dressed up as Kuros, which is the main hero of the series. Pretty fun game. It's been a super long time since I played it, and I'm not going to try and embarrass myself here. I'm curious to see. Ah, they do have the WWF games on here, at least one of them. I don't see anything on screen, though. I just hear music. There's no picture, but it seems I can make things change. Oh, this is not an actual WWF game. This is probably a ROM hack. So that's part of the problem with these multi-carts, is that you just don't know if these are legit games or if they're ROM hacks or if they're even just crappy shovelware that they usually dump on these types of carts to inflate the number of games that are actually on here. That bums me out a little bit, but I really wasn't expecting much else besides that, so. Now we've got Tetris 1 and Tetris 2, but I think the other ROM cart also had Tetris on it. Yeah, so is one the Tengen version and the other one the Nintendo version? Let's see. So this is the bootleg version that Atari tried to pass off. Now, interesting story about Tetris, real quick, as many others have already done full videos on it. Nintendo acquired the rights to publish Tetris on the NES and the Famicom, but apparently because of the interesting conditions behind who actually owned the copyright to the game, it was unsure if it was Alexei Pezhentov or if it was the Soviet Union or some other entity. But Nintendo got the rights to it, but Atari, I guess, had the rights to publish the arcade version, and they were going to use that to also publish a console version. And Nintendo sued, and well, they sued them for a whole lot more than just that, because they were making their own clone cartridges using reverse engineered information that they illegally obtained. And yeah, so this game, it's not rare, but it's not as common as the Nintendo published version of the game, so. Wrong menu. This is the Nintendo version of Tetris, okay. I mispronounced Alexei's last name. It's Pezhitnov, not Pezhentov, so sorry. I did like this version of Tetris better anyway. Maybe it's because it's the first version of it I played. I don't know, I just like it better, like the way it looks. I do not like the fact it doesn't have the traditional quote-unquote Tetris song in the background on the NES version, although the Game Boy version does have it, and then obviously the Atari version had a variation of it, Troika, which I think means four in Russian, but I'm not sure. But I like the way this version handles better as well. So, yeah, my preferred version. Let's take a look a little further and see what else we've got here. I want to see if there's a game that I'm not familiar with to see if it's anything I recognize or not. No Castlevania on here. That's interesting, considering that Forever games, you'd consider that to be one of them, but whatever. Wait a minute. Actually, let's see. Yeah, no, I don't see it. Unless it's in the other list here. Now this one has 1 and 2, but not 3. I just don't know. Donkey Kong 3, Junior, Junior Math Classics. I think Classics was a multi-cart that Nintendo published. Or, yeah, so this came with Donkey Kong and Junior, so. Dragon Warrior 1 through 4. Those are all NES games. Final Fantasy 1 and 2 and 7. Oh, this is definitely a ROM hack. Someone did a ROM hack of, I think it was Final Fantasy 1, using sprites that represent characters from Final Fantasy 7. Now, I don't know if Final Fantasy 2 actually is the Famicom version of Final Fantasy 2 with a ROM hack on it to translate it or not, but let's find out. I believe that the bottom 3 rows allude to the ROM translators. So yeah, so this is the translated version. I never really played Final Fantasy II, the official Final Fantasy II. I do have it for the PlayStation as part of the Dawn of Souls, I believe it was called. I have to double check and see. But I never really got into it too much. Let's see if this other ROM chip has Final Fantasy on it as well, too. I wish there was a faster way to cycle through everything. So this one does not, so that's fine. Gaimos? No idea. Oh, apparently you can go page to page just by hitting A and B instead of left and right. You can skip, oh, so you can go 100 forward or back doing that. Okay. Star Trek Voyager, I don't think there was an NES game of this, so this must be a ROM hack. No? Oh, Star Voyager. I got... So then, no, this is an actual game, so... Alright, well, I'm not going to bore you guys anymore, because this is, you know, a type of video that shouldn't run too long. But if you guys do want to see more of this, let me know. Leave a comment below, and we'll go through the cart a little further. I'm not going to risk testing this on my actual NES. At least not until I do a little more research on the circuitry to see if they have the proper voltage steppers in there to make sure that it's not going to fry anything. So, I mean, again, I don't care if the cart gets fried, and I don't care if the Hyperkin gets fried. I don't want to fry the NES itself. So, not that I can't find another one, but why bother? You know, I'll leave them out there for others to enjoy. So, that's this video. If you have any questions or comments or anything, leave them below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down, but as before, please leave a comment below as to why, so I can try to use that to improve videos going forward. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do so as well, although you're not obligated to. And I do want to thank all my recent subscribers. It's weird, when I published my pickups video for August, I was up to about 57 subscribers, and as of the recording of this, I'm up to 65. So from 57 to 65 is pretty neat, and I don't know if I'm going to gain any more or not before this video gets posted. I'm not sure when I'm posting this just yet, but it will be posted soon. But either way, that's all, and I'll catch you later.